Good morning, and fear not. This morning we're going to look at one fear not from the book of Zephaniah. Now Zephaniah was a prophet during the time of King Manasseh of Judah, and at this time the people of Judah, they had turned their back on God, not only in their personal lives, but also in their worship of God. And Zephaniah, what he does is he calls the people to get their priorities straight and to get their focus back on God. And listen, as we look at these fear nots this week, I hope you've noticed this as we've looked at them for the last 21 weeks. Each week, and this is not planned by me, this is planned by God, but each week has dealt with a different problem that we face in our life. And this week we're going to see the people of Judah and the people of Jerusalem, God's people, they've turned their back or they've taken their focus off of God. And that's what we see here in Zephaniah. But listen, our fear not this morning comes from Zephaniah 3:16. On that day it will be said to Jerusalem, do not fear Zion, do not let your hands grow weak. I want us to look at the very end part of this verse. It's the part that says, don't let your hands grow weak. Listen, what this refers to is when we let our hands hang down in terror or paralysis or like we're defeated. Listen, what the world does, it starts throwing stuff at us, and when it starts throwing stuff at us, listen, it's easy for us to give up. And let me tell you what Satan wants you to do. He wants you to drop your hands. He wants you to drop your head and stop working. He wants you to quit. And listen, so many times people just stop when things don't go their way or when they run into a roadblock. And Jesus is calling us to live a fear not life, because we have this relationship with Jesus. We have this relationship with God through Jesus. He's calling us to live a fear not life when we hit these roadblocks, when people come up against us. He doesn't want us to quit. Listen, he wants us to work with energy. He wants us to work with confidence, expecting obstacles, expecting Satan to put some of his little minions in our way. And he wants us to trust in him. He wants us to trust that God is big enough to overcome the minions, to overcome Satan, to overcome the obstacles. Because let me remind you of something. Satan is already defeated, okay? He's already beaten. We have to trust in God to get us through those times. Let me encourage you this morning. Fear not. Don't quit. Keep working for the kingdom. Keep your hands firm. Keep your head up. And remember this as you start this Tuesday morning. Fear not.